Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from International Industrial Engineering, batch 39. Our member consists of Agus, Stefanus, Simanjuntak, Azmi Mahdi, and Alif Akbar. Our case about database in Terminal Tukang Store. In the Terminal Tukang Data Store, need some database like database of location, database of member, database of purchase item, database of customer, and database of transaction. We can see from the entity relationship diagram. In the entities of location have three attributes like store code, location, and address. And purchase entity have 7 attributes like ID item, store code, name item, price per piece, quantity, total price, and purchase date. Relationship of location and purchase is draft item. Next to item. In item entities have ID item and name item. Relationship is inventory. Next goes to the member. In member entities have a status member and a member code. In the customer entities have a member name, status member, address, phone number, and expiry date. And the relationship between members and customers is membership. From the customers goes to transaction, have relationship data for, and in the transaction entities have a ID transaction, member name, name item, transaction date, quantity, and price. From the item goes to transaction, have a relationship is a stock. Next we will go to the database of access. First we have a table of location. In the table of location we have a store code, location, and address. We can see example of the data. Next goes to the table of purchase, consists of ID item, store code, name item, price per piece, quantity, total price, and purchase date. Goes to table of item, consists of ID of item, start from ID 110001 until N, and the name of item. Next goes to the table of the member. In this table we input status member and the member code. Next goes to the member name, status member, address, phone number, and expired date. Next goes to the last table is the table about of transaction. Consists of ID transaction, member name, ID item, name item, transaction, quantity, and price. To help input new data to database, we make 5 form. Start from the form of location, form of purchase item, form customer, form of item in warehouse, and the form of transaction. And we also have 2 queries: query about query purchase and query of transaction. Query purchase help us to search the data that we need to solve. To recap all of the data from the table of location until of the transaction, we have to report. First, report about the purchase item that we buy from our suppliers, and the next report about the transaction in our store. And this is the layout of the store. The layout of the report. Report of terminal builder store consists of owner admin, report of date, and also the amount of the total price in one period that we report.
Hello guys, I'm trying to explain about how we define the data. In our case, we use Power Designer to define the data, and we choose conceptual diagram model. And you can see in this diagram there is some entities. The first one is location, purchase, member, item, customer, and transaction. If you want to make the entities, we just click this table entities, and in this layout it will show the empty table. And to fill the empty table, we just double click in here. First one, we need to name our entities, and here's the attribute. For example, for our case, there is some attributes. The first one is store code, location, and address. The first one we name it, and after that we choose the data type choose the data type that's suitable for our case. And you can see this is the standard data types, and for our case we use variable character, and we can set the limitation of the character for 25 character for limitation. And if you want to input the data in numbering, maybe you can choose integer or maybe number. And if the data type is date or maybe time, you can choose date and time or maybe time itself, and you can click OK. And in the attributes we can set for the primary key, and if you want to set the primary key, we just checklist in the rectangle in here, checklist in here and checklist in here. And after that we can click OK, and we can do all the same for other entities, name it and setting the attribute, setting the data type, setting the length, and so on. And also we can't just forget to setting the primary key. And after we made all the entities that we needed, so now we can define our relationship for each entities. The first one, for example, here is the relationship between location and purchase. If you want to make the relationship, you can just click in here, and it will show the relationship in here, and we can double click in here, and it shows the relationship properties. And here for the name of relationship, and here's the cardinalities or maybe the type of relationship itself. For our case, we set for a relationship between location and purchase is one-to-many. And that's all for the Power Designer. And that's all for our video or our mini video or our mini vlog. And thank you for watching, and sorry for some annoying voice maybe that appear in the video. And don't forget to subscribe, likes, and don't dislike. Okay, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.